Hi, my name is Brian Lawrence. I'm a recent client of the Poly B plumbing guys. The reason I wanted to get my Poly B replaced, a lot of my neighbors had already had it replaced. And seeing as these houses were all built in 1994, I decided it was time to join the group and get my Poly B replaced. No one to my knowledge had leaks, but I know some of the people that had, their insurance companies were telling them they had to get it replaced. My insurance hadn't said that, but I just thought it was time. When I was looking at different contractors, I decided on the Poly B plumbing guys because I wanted to deal with one contractor. I didn't want to deal with a separate plumbing company and a separate drywall company and a separate painting company. And when I knew that, or I found out I should say, that they were owned by a drywall company, that made me decide I would use those. I looked online for reviews. Everything I saw was, all thumbs up. So I decided to go ahead with them. I got a quote very quickly. The woman that came and did the look around was very professional. She explained everything I needed to know, answered all my questions. The estimate was within the range of what I expected. I did talk with Dean about the pricing, made sure I understood it completely, and then decided to go ahead. What I must say is that once I gave the go-ahead and they gave me the schedule, they were very professional, on time every day. When they said 7 o'clock, they were here at 7 o'clock. When they said 9 o'clock, they were here at 9 o'clock. Very professional and very personable. Would answer any questions you had, explained exactly why they were opening up parts of the ceiling or the wall to get access to various plumbing things. And then the next day, the plumbers just started in there, and they had all my plumbing removed and reconnected the new plumbing piping within one day. But I'm in a bungalow, so it's a little easier, and it's not a multi-story per se. They were done, and then the next day the drywallers were in, and again within a day they had all the cutouts filled with new drywall or replacement drywall and ready to go for the drywallers who came, or I should say the mud and tape guys that came in the next day. Then there was a weekend, which was perfect because then gave the mud and tape and everything a chance to dry. And then on the Monday, they were back and finished all the mud work, the taping. And then after that, it was there'd been a lot of sanding, obviously, as part of that process. And then the stippling guy came in and stippled all the ceiling where they ripped and teared that apart, and which had been mudded and cleaned and ready for him. And I was amazed at how well the paint matched. And then the next day, the painters came in, and they had perfect match on the paints, and within, like I said, it was within 8 days the whole project was completed. Every group was very professional, very personable, answered all your questions, and I'd highly recommend them. I mean, I loved working with all of them. They were very, very good, very pleasant, and it was like a well-oiled machine. One group would come, they'd go, the next guys were here. It was very, very clean and efficient. And I'd highly recommend it. Matter of fact, I've already recommended it to a neighbor of mine who's told me he's going to go with Poly B. So we'll see, I guess.